Have two Reddit posts here from guys who are going on dates with women, but they can't get to a third or fourth date. So they're obviously attractive enough to get the first date with women, but whatever they're doing from the second date onwards, it's just giving women the ick. So the first guy, 24-year-old male, looking for some advice over the past 15 months since I've moved out of my parents' place after COVID. I've been dating pretty consistently via Hinge and looking for a serious relationship. So he's been dating quite consistently. That's more than what most guys could do. So obviously he's a decent looking guy. I first lived in San Francisco, then moved down to Texas a few months ago. In this time frame, I've probably gone out with 20 to 25 different girls. Yeah, that's some good numbers compared to what the average guy attracts. So again, he must be good looking. So he's got that box tick for women to swipe on him and go on that first date. He says it's tough to keep track at this point and I haven't been able to get past the 3 or 4 date mark with any of them. I'm guessing if he's going to all of these dates and he has this mindset that it's probably gonna, crumble apart on the third or fourth date, maybe he's giving off that vibe to the women that he didn't give on the first or second date. So maybe he's exerting that negative mindset and the women are picking up on it. Hell, I've only slept with one of these 20 to 25. Okay, so that's not a great return. To only sleep with one out of 25 women. Yeah, I think he must be doing something wrong. Maybe he's not progressing it enough. Maybe the women is expecting by the third date to hook up. Maybe on the first or second date he's not going in for the kiss. I always advise always going for the kiss on the first date because then you can quickly understand if she's physically interested in you, because if she gives you the cheek or she gives you lots of rules and reasons, then obviously her interest in you isn't as high as you'd like. So it's never good to waste time on women who hold back from any physical affection. So he goes on to say, now I've only been in one relationship before, which was during college, so not super experienced with locking down a relationship. He keeps bringing up locking down a relationship here. Why doesn't he just go on these dates and not think about the relationship, just have a good time with them and see where things go? I feel like maybe he's bringing up the relationship talk on these dates, which is making some of these women put their guard up. He should not be worrying about a relationship at all at this point. But I don't know exactly where I've been going wrong. I seem to get a lot of parting texts along the lines of "you're really nice, genuine guy." Yeah, we hear that a lot, don't we? The whole "oh, you're really nice, but," and yeah, this is what this guy keeps getting. And then they cut me off. It's exhausting at this point. I can imagine, you're going on these dates, you're taking time out of your schedule, you're putting on some nice fragrance, and you're hyping yourself up, and for it all just to come crumbling down. So I understand where this guy is coming from here. We usually go out for drinks, coffee, walks, activities like mini golf. On these dates, I try to mix things up, but usually just drinks. Yeah, I think those are all great date ideas, especially in the early phase. You don't want to be doing any meals because you don't want to be sitting across from someone and it doesn't work out and you've committed to a 3 course meal. And dinner's really expensive these days. So yeah, just 1 or 2 drinks, keep it casual, and you can always press the escape button if things aren't going well after a drink. And yeah, activities are great way to mix things up and have that competitive fun side to it. So yeah, his date ideas are great, but again, he must be doing something wrong on the dates themselves. Final paragraph here. I think I've improved in this time frame on these dates as I don't really get nervous anymore beforehand. Before I had social anxiety, and I'm getting second and third dates way more for the time than when I first started seriously getting out there. Just frustrated as all my good friends now have significant others and I'm really the only single guy left. So yeah, obviously, if you keep going on more dates, you're gonna become more relaxed and more experienced. So that's a good thing, and that's probably why his first dates are going so well. They want to see him for a second or third date because the first date went so relaxed. He didn't come across as someone inexperienced, even though he has admitted he's inexperienced with relationships. But he's certainly not inexperienced with first dates. Um, but him being frustrated about his friends having significant others, like, why does it matter? Just focus on yourself. It doesn't matter if your friends are in relationships. They're probably in relationships that aren't too great and they're probably wishing they were single. So just focus on yourself. And I'm just getting the feeling this guy is giving off the vibe that he really wants a relationship, and the girls are getting a bit off put by that because they just want to have a bit of fun first. They want to make sure they feel comfortable with the guy, they want to have fun, and then over time, the woman will bring up the relationship talk. Um, but yeah, I think also, is he, pushing the boundaries? As in, is he getting physical with her? Is he, touching her hand? Is he being flirty with her, or is he just giving off the friendship vibe by just talking, talking, talking? And maybe he's doing too much talking. It's always good to let the woman do most of the talking and you ask the questions. So that is the first one. We've got a second post here of a guy going through something very similar. So this one reads, so I'm 27 male, been in the dating world for a while now. I usually have no problem in getting a date. So yeah, similar to the first guy, obviously he's not bad looking and he gets through the first barrier, which many men fall at. They always go pretty well. Fantastic even. Last girl told me I was her John Travolta to her Summer Lovin'. Yes, very cheesy. Yet without fail, after the second date, I get faded out without any explanation. If I do get one, it's something vague about somebody else or needing time alone. Yeah, this guy probably doesn't have good game because it seems to not even get past the first day, let alone a second. He says it's actually happening right now with another one. We had a pretty good time, great sex, and she even joked about ongoing dating. Well, if the sex was so great, I'm sure she would have asked to have seen you for a second or third date. So maybe the sex wasn't as good as you thought and she was just trying to be nice. Girls do that. I gave some positive signals back and thought I was in the clear, but she's been evading me for a week now. Yeah, if you don't hear from a girl for a week, then yeah, things aren't looking good. But it also might not be anything that you've done. Maybe a ex has come back in the picture. Girls go on multiple dates with multiple men. That's something you just got to deal with in the modern world. So maybe another guy just wooed her a bit better. Maybe you didn't do too much wrong, and it's just she has other options that just took precedence over you. Final paragraph here. It's not like I'm being clingy. You just saying that means that maybe you are showing some signs of clinginess. I always live a few days in between date requests. I make sure I don't push too much and I don't text constantly. Well, partly that's good. You don't want to be constantly messaging her and making it look like you have nothing else to do and you're just waiting for her to message you. But you also don't want to be overly structured and come across like you're playing a game. If she messages you and says, hey, I want to meet up, or shows excitement to talk to you, talk back with her and set a date. If she brings up wanting to go on a date with you, don't be so structured and try and play a game and give off this F-boy energy, because women can see straight through that. Next line says, and it's not like I'm showing any interest either, just trying to be that cool guy who's available, not rushing. Yeah, exactly what I said. Maybe he's trying to put on this front and she's seeing right through it. Just be yourself, but don't be overly clingy or pushy. Just let her set the vibe. If she starts messaging you and wants to meet up, that's when you can set the date. Don't try and put off this like macho, I'm not interested look, because it's not going to end well. And she might find that as a bit of an ick, because she wants a guy who's really into her. And if you're giving off this wannabe F-boy energy, she's probably met enough guys like that hasn't gone too well. So honestly, it feels like they're all each other have individual reasons to opt out. But after the last 8 to 10 women that did this, I lost count, I'm beginning to become paranoid. It's a pattern that just repeats itself. And I'm starting to think I should give up dating. Well, don't give up dating, but you certainly need to amend how you go about these dates. At this point, it's just damaging to my self-esteem. Well, you're getting the dates in the first place, so don't let this damage your self-esteem. What do you think? Am I missing something important here? Is it just regular dating chaos I'm making? Or is it something to do on their side? I'm freaking out. Help me out. Well, he hasn't really given me much information about what he actually does on the dates, so it's all just guessing here. But my advice is similar to the first guy. Just make sure the dates are just fun, not overly serious. Make sure to initiate some physicality on the first date to test her interest. You don't want to come across as that friendship nice guy, but also treat her with the utmost respect. Yes, don't message her too much, but if she opens up a conversation, then ask her, hey, it's great to hear from you, let's maybe set up a date, and let's do more fun stuff together, because she wants to see your name pop up and think fun. She doesn't want to see your name pop up and think drama and aggravations. She wants you to be the fun guy, and that's really important. But if you're always going to have this negative demeanor and always think things aren't going to work out, girls pick up on this stuff much better than guys do, so you need to try and cut that out. And just be yourself and be fun, be fun, and hopefully these two guys can get past that third stage. But don't focus on the relationship side, just focus on having a good time with the girl. And you're going on lots of dates, so that's more than most guys can have, so you've got a good basis here to have a lot of success with women. So good luck, guys, and talk to you all later.